Welcome to DentiMax Flow. In this video, we're going to do a quick walkthrough of some of the features and the basic software workflow. To begin, we're going to look at our home page, and on the home page you can see we have a number of different analytical and statistical cards to help you manage your day. To start, we have a daily patient summary that gives you a snapshot and insights as to why the patient's coming in, who they're seeing, what their appointment time is, and what they're having done, and any other flags that you might need, like unscheduled treatment and that they're due for x-rays. We also have a revenue goal that you can see by day or by month. You can look at scheduled revenue, posted revenue, and how much you collected against that revenue. From here, we also have a hyperlink where you can go to the revenue screen and set up daily goals and also review in detail how you're doing for the month. We do have links to helpful videos and resources in your software. We also have practice statistics, breaking down what kind of patients you've seen year to date, as well as daily production for the last 7 days, patients seen without a clinical note, and a hyperlink for you to quickly go check that patient out and complete your note. We have service statistics and how your numbers break down, daily activities, with links to other sections of the program, common reports that you might want to run, insurance management, web links, and access to other websites, a snapshot of your production this month compared to last, office recall percentage, and any tasks that you might have assigned for the day. The widgets on the homepage will continue to grow and expand as we add other statistical data, and you'll be able to format what you'd like to see on your own homepage. Flow also has the ability to do online scheduling or online appointment requests, as well as patient registration. If you add a link on your website to online scheduling, you'll be able to format what type of appointment you allow your patients to book. For example, a new patient appointment, a standard hygiene appointment, or an emergency toothache appointment. They'll also be able to select what provider they'd like to see, the suggested appointment times and availability, and be able to enter their basic details to request that appointment or book that appointment directly. In addition, your patients can go online and complete their registration from their cell phone or any device with internet. The blue fields are the required fields, so the patient won't be able to continue with their registration without entering those key pieces of data. Those are customizable by the office as well. Part of the registration allows the patient to enter how many insurance plans they have and collect the insurance details. We'll also go ahead and collect any allergies or medical conditions, as well as a customizable general history page. From there, the patient will be able to review their data and submit it to the practice. In Flow, the office receives a notification that they have a new online registration, that they have new appointment requests, and also new online registrations to import. From there, we can save the data right into the patient record and keep a copy in the patient's document center automatically. From there, we have the patient-centric tools on the left-hand side of the menu and the system tools on the top right side of the menu. The patient list, for example, will let you search for the patient by partial name, first name or last name, chart number, street address, phone number, birth date, and other key pieces of information. If we jump over to the scheduler, you can see that we've got 3 columns here set by default, but you can have as many columns or as few columns as you'd like. You can also set up different views of your schedule for different practitioners, as well as have a centralized view with multiple locations and different facilities connected in the system. Switching back to my provider view, if you needed to move an appointment, you can simply click and drag it. If you needed to extend or shorten an appointment, you can click and drag the bottom of it. And you're also able to template lunch blocks, meeting blocks, or template your schedule for where you'd like online scheduling to come into play. We have different statuses that you can select based on the patient and the appointment, such as unconfirmed, left message, etc. The system will track how long the patient has been in the status, once they've been marked as checked in to your practice, so you can see how long their appointment is truly taking in each and every phase. From here, I'm going to right-click on the appointment and go to the patient's chart, and I'm able to see the treatment planned items as well as completed, conditions, and existing restorations, and I can mark declined and referred out as well. To mark conditions in the mouth, for example, we're going to select the conditions menu, which you have an icon view or a list view that you can use that has the description spelled out. I'm going to go ahead and select abscess and apply an abscess to 27 and 28, and then I'm going to mark missing tooth on number 20. From there, I'm going to chart existing restorations because the patient has recently been to an endodontist. And let's say, for example, they had a root canal done on tooth number 31. From here, we're going to go ahead and add our multi-code for a crown, post, and core buildup and plan it on tooth number 31. Take our treatment plan down here at the bottom and put these in as appointment number 1. Pull up our treatment estimate for the patient. And we've got a couple treatment plan options, but if we scroll down on treatment plan number 1, we can see those 2 items. I'm going to estimate just those selected items, and of the $819, we estimate the patient's total to be $381.40, which includes a $50 deductible. There is a disclaimer at the bottom that you are able to type in and change if for some reason we're only allowing this estimate to be good for 30 days instead of 90, for example. And then we can go ahead and hit the sign button and share that treatment plan estimate over to the patient and let them sign by keyboard entry where they type their name, signature entry where they draw their name, or use another device. The other device, you're able to let them scan the QR code, or you can share out a link. We can paste that link into our text messages and send it to the patient via text or email. Let's say for today, we're just going to do signature entry, hit the sign button, and it saves a copy of the treatment plan estimate with the patient's signature right into the patient's signed documents in the Document Center. From here, we'll navigate back to the chart and we'll go ahead and treatment plan for 2 root canals, one on 27 and one on 28. So I'll pull up my endoperio surgery menu, select root canal, select 27 and 28. Then down here at the bottom, find those planned items, right-click, and refer them out. When I go to refer these items, I can select who I'm referring to. I can make a referral note, hit the next button, and then I'm able to select clinical notes to attach to send to that other provider, perio chart if necessary, x-rays as well when I have them, and then any documents that are in the Document Center as well. And then I hit refer charges. And if the other provider is signed up for a free flow account, they'll be able to receive a digital referral straight into their flow system from yours. I'm going to go ahead next and create our clinical note by using a template and saying today we did a toothache exam. Select that note to use. And the left side is the note you'll end up with. The right-hand side is where you answer the note. So the blood pressure today was 125/80. We evaluated tooth 27 and 28. They had abscess present. X-rays were taken. Swelling, no. Sensitive to hot and cold. Percussion, palpitation, and referred to endo, stat. We're going to put root canal as our suggestion for treatment. And then if we gave them any prescriptions, we'll go ahead and enter in which prescriptions we gave them by logging it here and save our changes. We can also tag the teeth numbers here on that clinical note, which will later become searchable if we're looking for specific notes. Once I've completed the note as the provider, I can go ahead and sign the note. That'll add my signature and date stamp to the bottom of the note. I'm going to go ahead and clear the docked patient here at the top and select a recently used patient and just show you on Alicia's chart. If you did have our x-ray imaging integrated under the Images tab, you'll be able to see a list of all the x-rays the patient has on file with the date. You'll be able to click into that image series and blow it up. And they would be individual PAs if it was an FMX that you took versus one image that you saved as a singular image like this one. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is mark what we completed today for this patient. Mark what we completed today for our patient. Select the charges that we completed today. And then we hit Post Transactions. It takes us to our treatment planning screen where we can see all of the patient's planned items. We have the 2 items already selected here, and we're going to just click Post Selected Items. Send those charges over to the patient's ledger, create their claim right from there. We can say yes to view the claim. We have our validation error messages here to see that we're missing city and different address components for the patient. We are able to go to the billing tab and use the hyperlink to get to the patient's information screen, or here at the top of the screen to go to patient's info as well, fill in the rest of that data, and then update the claim. However, we're just going to go ahead and create a digital attachment like a clinical note for today's visit and select which note we want to attach. Any x-rays we may want to attach as well, or perio exams, other documentation. Then we'll go ahead and upload those attachments and send them right over to our clearinghouse. And then we are able to go ahead and send this claim out right from the claim screen by going to the menu on the left and hitting Send eClaim. Once the claim is sent, it'll automatically shift to being a billed claim, and now the clearinghouse has received that claim for processing. From here, if I have money to collect from the patient on the ledger, I look up at the top and I can see we're estimating that Aetna's going to pay $95 of the charges totaling $422, and the patient owes $327. So I'm going to go to the dollar sign here and do a new patient payment and collect my patient portion. Let's say, for example, they're paying me with a credit card and they're paying $200 today. The system's going to automatically apply that money to the oldest charges first, where the patient has an patient estimated portion due. From there, we hit Process Card and run that credit card payment through the credit card reader we have, or we can click the drop-down menu and use a saved card that the patient has on file already. Once we've run that credit card payment through our terminal, we'll hit Save Changes. And now you can see the $99 payment here and the $1 payment there. If you hover over one of those lines, it does show that that was a $200 payment made on today's date. To generate a receipt, we'll go ahead and hit the Print button and provide the patient a payment receipt. Print that out or save it as a PDF if you're planning to email that over to the patient. We're going to say yes to mark it as printed, so we log that we sent them a statement or a receipt. And now you can see here we have a $222 balance with $127 estimated due from the patient and $95 from insurance still. Here at the top, if the hygienist is getting involved now and doing a perio exam, they'll hit the plus sign after opening the perio screen, and we'll be able to initiate a new perio exam. Coming soon, there will be a microphone button here where perio exams can be dictated into the system without any special tools or third-party products. Next, we have our prescriptions here at the top, and we'll be able to do electronic prescriptions if that's a service you've signed on for, or you can generate a printed prescription right from the list. We do also have a patient journal where you'll be able to see current balances for the patient, any notes that the front office has entered on that patient, a snapshot of insurance benefit info, as well as any forms that have been sent to the patient. You can send the patient forms from here as well. If we want to send out a consent form to that patient or any one-off kind of form that you may need, like a teledentistry consent form. Those forms can be sent via text or email based on what you have on file for that patient, or you can select neither and receive a QR code or a link that you can copy and paste into a direct text message or some other format. Now that I sent that form out, you'll be able to see that the form was here and it's not yet been completed. As soon as that form is completed, you'll see a green check mark next to this box as to indicate that you received back the information that you were waiting for the patient to fill out electronically. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have your claims list, and we can filter that by status, primary or secondary. We have another filter for pre-authorizations versus standard claims that are being sent out, date created, and then we can hide claims that have already been paid. To generate your batch of claims, you just hit the plus sign here. 2 new claims have been created, and this one here is ready to bill. If I want to send out that claim, I can select it and hit Send Selected eClaims, or you can select a whole batch and hit Send Selected eClaims as well, and only the claims that say Ready to Bill are the claims that are going to be sent out. Now you can see here at the top that that first claim was billed and the third claim was billed, but the ones that were failed validation for whatever reason have not been billed out yet. The next screen is our payment list, which will show you a log of all the payments we've received in this date range here at the top. Any item in red just indicates that that money was received but not applied to a charge yet. The report screen lets you do a keyword search for reports, for example, a new patient report, and you simply select the report, enter a date range if necessary, and click OK to generate the data. From here, you're able to save that report as a PDF or print it out onto paper if you'd like. We'll go ahead and close that screen. You can mark different reports as favorites for you or practice favorites if it's something that the doctor requests daily. The next screen at the top is just your list menu where you're able to look at all the lists. You can sort that alphabetically, or you can have it compartmentalized with the patient list and so on into different segments. We have the activities menu, which will allow you to apply late charges to patients in bulk if they have past due balances. We also have the patient journal once again. And then the insurance aging drill down screen is what's going to allow you to most efficiently work your insurance claims based on how old the balance is on the claim. You can hide your zeros for anything that is a $0 due item. And we can look at this just for primary insurance. The way this screen works is if you click into an insurance plan, for example, Aetna, I have 2 patients with Aetna with claims that are over 120 days old to the insurance. If I click on the first patient, it's going to show me that patient has 1 claim, number 41, and it's from 2011 for a code D2750. There still is a remaining balance on it. If I select that procedure line or claim line, I do see Aetna hyperlink to insurance here. I see a hyperlink to our patient. I see the ability to check the patient's eligibility for their insurance. I would have the patient's information like their birthday and phone number, the claim number, a link to check the real-time claim status, subscriber information, as well as a spot to make notes on this claim so I know what the insurance company said. And then I could click into the next patient, select the claim I'd like to work, and do the same thing from there. This screen will allow you to move through your claims in a systematic way and make sure all the data you need is listed in one screen to be most efficient. Also listed here at the top is the facility menu. If you do have multiple locations within one database, you'll be able to toggle to see each location individually. We also have our SMS tool, so you can send text messages and have conversations with your patient. The conversations can also have templates connected to them so that you send out messages based on things you would say frequently, so you're not having to retype everything every single time. And then we also have automated texting built in for appointment reminders and confirmations, birthday messages, as well as recall reminders. We also have intra-office messaging here in the software, so you can send messages to one coworker or a group of coworkers. We have our task list here at the top of the screen so that you can check what tasks are assigned to you, open those tasks up, and mark them completed when you've finished them to stay on track for things you need to do. And then at the top, we also have the document center for any documents or handouts, anything you've stored on that patient. It will be saved here in the patient's document center. Additionally, the last button at the top before the setup screen is our bridge over to your imaging software, We do have a number of imaging bridges available, part of our software without an extra fee. To integrate with imaging, however, you do want to have our cloud imaging software so that you can see the x-rays inside the patient chart. That's our basic run through for today. If you have any questions and would like to dig deeper into a demo with all the bells and whistles, please contact us at 1-800-704-8494 and dial extension 804. Thank you.